What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode where I review albums that I've heard throughout the week. Pretty much, like I said in the first part of the series, is that I will listen to albums throughout the week and pick the ones I want to give my opinions on. Remember, I am not a professional at all, and my music opinions are super subjective. What I may like, you may hate, and vice versa. Before we get on to the first album, I want to say a thank you to the B for being a partner of the channel, and I'll talk more about them at the end of the video. Alright, let's head on to the first album. We all know what album I'm gonna do first for this week. Tyler, the Creator's new album called Don't Tap the Glass. This album gave off Cherry Bomb type vibes immediately. The songs are great and the beats were even better. This definitely was way more different than his album of Chromacopia. This one felt a lot more free, if that makes sense to anyone. The songs that stood out the most to me were Ring 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 and Don't You Worry Baby. But from what my friends told me, many of them also like Don't Tap the Glass / tweaking, especially the tweaking part of the song. And by many of my friends, I mean Gianni told me that. And y'all know Gianni if you've watched any of my older videos, as he used to be in many of them. But yeah, this album was definitely worth me waking up at 5 in the morning to, hype myself up, listen to some of Tyler's older albums, and get ready for Don't Tap the Glass. Worth it. If you for some reason haven't listened to it, it is on the shorter side of albums at 28 minutes, 29 minutes. And yeah. Oh, I also bought the physical version, the record, and all the songs are on it, which is good, because I was scared there was going to be like Chromacopia where a song was missing by a song, it was just Balloon. But still, all the songs are on it, and that's what matters. Next is Lord Steppington by The Alchemist and Evidence. This album felt like a nice listen to and something I would listen to, sit down and enjoy. No songs really stood out to me from this album, but this was still a great time, a great listen. I enjoyed listening to this. And I plan to listen to a lot more music produced by The Alchemist, as he is dropping a new album as of July 25th, 2025. And it is in the later part of this video. In the script I plan on it, but future me, right? It is in the video. You have to wait till the very end though, because it was the very last album I was able to fit into the into the script. I did listen to other albums after that one, but this one was the one that I put into the script. And yeah, go listen to the album. It was great. Next is Inner Speaker by Tame Impala. I think that's how you pronounce the name. I'm not too sure. This album is beautiful, right? There really is not much more I can say about this album other than it's beautiful. This felt like a piece of art, something everyone has to listen to at least once in their life. The songs that stood out to me the most were Alter Ego and Why Don't You Make Up Your Mind. Both are beautiful songs, but you can definitely say that about the entire album. And I don't know what took me so long to listen to this guy's work. Next, also by Tame Impala, is Currents, and I don't know what took me so long to listen to this album. This was another work of art and one of the most enjoyable times I've had listening to an album in a while. The songs that stood out to me the most were The Less I Know The Better and Love / Paranoia. But if you were to tell me that all of the songs stood out to you, I'd believe you. I am planning on purchasing the record, vinyl, however you want to call it, and add it to my collection, because that's how good this album was. If you're living under a rock like I was, please go listen to this album. It was such a beautiful experience listening to this album. Next is Tainted in Our Memories by Babe B. Babe B. While practicing, I kept on saying baby, but no, it's Babe B. I mentioned her in the first video of the series, if you guys remember that. This album is so much more different than her previous two albums. I want to say that this album felt a lot more on the hyperpop type of beats, if that makes, if you guys have ever listened to that type of genre. This album caught me off guard, but it was so good. The song that stood out to me the most was Hate Me, and once again, please go listen to all her music. She is a very small artist. It is still insane to me how much of a small following she has. I just recently followed her on Instagram and she only has 7,000 followers, which is insane. It's insane to me that she only has 7,000 followers, because her music's great, and she's on tour right now. But by the time this video goes up, I think she just finished the one in New York, and then she's gonna do one more. I think it's in DC, but yeah, I would say, go support her on tour if she's near you, but it's kind of the end of her tour. Okay, so while editing, when I went to go get the screenshot for Instagram profile, I searched to see the tour dates so I can give you guys a more accurate date. I was wrong. It was first the DC tour, not the DC tour. She first went to DC, then she went to New York today, as I'm filming this video, July 26, 2025. Today was her last show, so today is the end of her tour. So she could potentially be working on a new album now that she's on the tour. I'm not too sure. I will be keeping up with her socials though, and yeah, she does have. She's posting stuff about her thing on her story. But yeah, that's her. That's her Instagram. Go support her. I also listened to another album of hers called A Prophecy, and it also contained the same hyperpop-ish feel. For this album, Video Game and I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm sorry. Ephemeral, I think is the name. I'll put up the word of the album right here, not the album, of the song, because I butchered this one up badly. These songs stood out to me the most. Once again, this was a great album. I still will never understand why she has such a small following. She has the making of being a super popular person. I definitely think more people would enjoy her first two albums for sure. I feel like her newer albums people might not like as much, but her first two albums I feel like a lot of people would like, you know? Next is 7 Days by Party Next Door. This album was everywhere, I'm not gonna lie to you. It felt fun, at the same time it didn't feel too much in your face. I can't wait to listen to some more of his albums. Maybe they'll be in this video, maybe they won't. What I do know is that that was a nice listen, and the song that stood out to me the most was Damaged. He also made another song with Halsey, and another one that stood out with me was Love Me Again. Yes, I do recommend that you take some time out of your day and listen to this album. Okay, two key notes, because I wrote this part of the script very weirdly. I'm still confused reading it. He didn't make another song of Halsey. The song Damage was made of Halsey. For some reason, I didn't just put with Halsey or featured Halsey. For some reason, I want to be technical and write an extra amount. And then, Love Me Again was the second song that stood out to me. Like I said, I don't know why I wrote this part of the script like that. I don't write like that, so I don't know what was inside of me that day that was like, what if I be technical for a day? Because that confused me, I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, and some more of Party's albums are in this video. Not much to say about this one other than the entire album felt like a vibe and it felt calm, and of course I'm talking about Party Mobile by Party Next Door. This album felt like an album you would listen to after a long day at work and just relax. The song that stood out to me the most was Loyal remixed version with Drake and Bad Bunny. This was a great album, a great time listening to it. Go give it a chance. Yeah, this is on the shorter side of the reviews because I did listen to a lot of Party Next Door. I think on this day I listened to Party Next Door's entire album list, so as I didn't want to make the reviews too long because I didn't know how much albums I would put in. So yeah, that's why this one is on the shorter side of reviews. Alright, next is Party Next Door 4 by, well, I want you to fucking guess, dumbass. And in case you are the dumbass, by obviously Party Next Door 4 was made by Party Next Door. And this album felt a lot like the last one, something nice, calm, something to listen to after a long day at work. The song that stood out to me the most was Sorry, I'm Outside. And I'm not gonna lie to you, after spending all day listening to all of his albums that are available on Apple Music, I have become a Party fan for sure. I'd love to buy a vinyl record, however you want to say it, of this album, but the cover will get my mom asking questions, and as you saw for the YouTube video, I had to cover it with a poop emoji, and even then, I'm still not too sure if it's, if I'm gonna be able to put this on YouTube. If you don't see the cover, it's because it got age restricted, and there's a chance that you just get cut off. And if it does, I'm talking about Party Next Door 4 by Party Next Door. That shouldn't sound as dumb. That sounds very dumb to say out loud. But yeah, and something I forgot to put down in the script is I did listen to this album when it first came out, but I think, at least for me, it's not like a special memory in my heart, but it is tied to a memory of when, because damn, that's almost 2 years ago now. Holy shit. But I can still say 1 year ago right now. 1 year ago, I went to a competition, a part of my school competition. We competed, and this album, I listened to it on the way back home. So I think the way home was like a 6-hour car ride. So I remember listening to this and almost falling asleep because at the time I didn't understand the type of vibe that Party, goes for, does. But obviously me now listening to it the second time around, a couple of days ago, I loved it. Like I said, I'm gonna see, maybe there's like an alternative version cover, or I'm gonna buy a bootleg version. Cause this album, I love this album. It was great, but like I said, I cannot. The problem with buying the record is that cover, bro. Because, like, yes, I'm 18, right? But at the end of the day, my mama will still beat my ass if she sees me unbox a record and she says she's a a woman being sprung. Next is Some Sexy Song For You by Party Next Door and Drake. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when this album first came out, I let the hate not allow me to listen to this song. And I don't know why I did that. I loved this album. It was amazing. Before I gave this album the entire listen, I have listened to obviously the bigger song Nokia. But now that I've given the entire album a chance, not only do I plan on buying the physical version, the record, vinyl, however you want to call it, I do plan on buying it now. But I know many people still hate Drake because of the Kendrick beef. I get that, but please, put the beef aside. Give this album a re-listen. It's a lot better than what you think it is. A lot better than what you remember it was. And if you still don't like it, well, that's your opinion. I don't really care, right? If you still don't like it, hey, you don't like it, right? We'll have our own opinions. And the songs that stood out to me the most were obviously It Was Still Nokia, Die Trying, and Somebody Loves Me. Next is Alfredo 2 by The Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs. This album was way better than expected. I didn't have any expectations going into this album, but I'm happy I did. So the day that I wrote this script, I spent a lot of day listening to a lot of R&B music, rap music as well, but they was like slow-ish rap. I'm not saying that Alfredo 2 was slow-ish rap, but it did feel that type of vibe of albums I did listen to all day. So it felt nice to finish off the day with this album as it did fit the type of vibe I was going with that day. And like I said, I had no expectations going into this album. I just knew that a lot of people were excited for it, and I was like, you know what, I'll check it out. I'm already listening to his older catalog, so let's listen to something, something newer, something more recent, quite literally recent, like 2 days, 2 days release. When this video is uploaded, the album will be released 2 days ago. At the time of recording, this album was released yesterday. But it was a great listen. I enjoyed my time. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. Like I said, this album's way better than expected. And yes, this video is on the shorter side, right, for reviews. And I'm realizing that now post, recording, because that's it. This is the last review, right? You're about to see the honorable mentions, and and honorable mentions are a little bit longer than previous videos. But I'm not gonna lie to you. If I knew that it was only gonna be like a 15-minute-ish video, I'm gonna drag this out to 20 minutes watch. But this video was a lot shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't add more songs, more albums, because I was like, this gonna be a long video. This was not a long video at all. I let the three reviews, so like the three big reviews that I did, be like, damn, this is long. I should probably like start, recording the scripts beforehand and see how long it takes, and then be like, edit it off. And also, right, okay, here, we'll chat into another segment. Let me finish this off. The song that stood out to me the most was Slim and Pepper Steppers. That's the song that stood out to me the most. If you had other favorite songs from this album, I could definitely see it. I could definitely respect it. Like I said, go listen to this album. It was worth the listen. Like I said, I was surprised by how good it was, and I'm low-key mad I didn't pre-order, any of the record vinyls. Like I said, how the hell you want to call it at this point, because damn, this was good. And the thing is, this record vinyl is sold out, bro. He posted about it today, and I was like, oh my god, it's restock. It wasn't a restock. It was just him letting people know that you could buy it. And it's like, buddy, it's sold out. I can't buy it. I'm so mad. I'm probably gonna have to like pay $400,000 on Discogs to buy one, or bootleg. But no, I'm low-key very mad that I didn't buy this album. I should have pre-ordered it. Obviously, I've learned my lesson, so next time I'm gonna pre-order an Alchemist one. But yeah, it was a super good album. Freddie Gibbs did amazing singing with the lyrics and some of the features. There's a song that featured Jid. That song, in my opinion, was okay. It was okay at best for me. But overall, this album was great. Go give it a listen if you haven't done so already. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. This week I feel like I locked in on albums, but obviously this video is a lot shorter than I thought it would be, right? Once again, don't take any of my opinions too serious. Don't take anything what I say to heart. At the end of the day, what my opinion is my opinion. You may disagree, you may agree, you may be saying, what the hell is wrong with you? Because I know with the Party Next Door album, Drake album, somebody's gonna hate if somebody watches it to that part. But yeah, it was, I'm not reading the script, so I am stuttering for words because this script was. I completely butchered this week's script. I don't know what the hell I did with the script. But yeah, so now let's go talk about the honorable mentions. And this is what I mean by locked in. And the thing is, now looking back at it, many of these albums just were long. So that's why I feel like I listened to a lot. I just didn't review a lot. Because I think what happened was I would listen to the entire thing, but I'd be like, damn, I don't remember the first part. I don't remember this. So I just didn't review it. You ready? Here they are. Honorable mentions are Lonerism by Tame Impala, The Slow Rush by Tame Impala, uh, Halo 3300 by Denzel Curry, Zoo by Denzel Curry, Unlocked by Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry, King of the Mischievous South by Denzel Curry, All the Heaven Allows Me, All That Heaven Allows by Baby, Party Next Door 3 by Party Next Door, Party Pack by Party Next Door, Colors by Party Next Door, and Take Care by Drake. So a lot of these albums, right, looking back at it, a lot of them were at least an hour long. Some of them I think went to like an hour 20. The ones that are shorter end were like two of the Denzel Curry ones and the Baby one. But yeah, looking back, I probably could have fit some more, or I should have taken some more time. And also, the reason for this video dropping at the time it did is because Sunday, which is tomorrow for me, or by the time I drop this, which is going to be midnight when I release it, when I press upload to YouTube. The reason I'm doing that is because I have plans like all day tomorrow. So unless I wake up at like 6 in the morning, which I think I'm still gonna have to do, but I just want to have the video recorded, have it uploaded, so then that way tomorrow I'm not panicking like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss the cutoff. And low-key, this is something I think I'm gonna start doing, because what happens anyways is I record Sunday and I take breaks from listening to albums and I just listen to my favorite songs all day Sunday, because I don't want to force myself to listen to albums every day. Maybe I'll listen to an album, maybe I'll be like, you know what, let me listen to an album. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my throat hurts. I was gonna do the W ad read, but my throat hurts too much. Go check them out. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You can use my code TrainDavid when buying anything off their website. I'm sorry I'm not going into more detail about their product. Like I said, my throat hurts. Right, this video may be on the shorter side, but I butchered so much because, like I said, this was one of the worst scripts I've wrote for this series. I need to figure out what the hell I did wrong. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in next week's video. And yeah, I don't know, go hit the Quan, go dab, go do something, I guess.